and welcome to Nonwovens Talks, an EDANA-produced series that shines the sustainability spotlight on the nonwovens industry. I'm your host, Sean Kerrigan, Director of Communications and Media Relations here at EDANA. Over the course of 5 episodes, we'll sit down with some of the leading players in our sector to discuss how they are addressing such critical issues as sustainability and circularity. We'll also discover some of the many innovative, forward-looking applications coming out of the industry and learn how these solutions are putting nonwovens at the forefront of sustainability. In today's episode, we talk with 2 companies with substantial experience in the fields of nonwovens, sustainability and circularity. Our first guest is Vincenzo D'Acchioli, Sustainability Director at Berry Global EMEIA, a leading player producing nonwovens, films and packaging.
Hello Vincenzo and welcome. Thanks for joining us here. I wonder perhaps if we start with you introducing yourself and your company.
Yes, and first of all, thank you for the invitation. Okay, my name is Vincenzo D'Acchioli. I'm a Sustainability Director for Hygiene, Health and Sustainability of Berry Global for EMEIA. What is Berry Global? One of the main partners in the industry for producing nonwovens and films. We also produce packaging, is a large part of our business in the world.
Excellent, thank you. And I notice here at your stand, there's a strong accent on initiatives around sustainability, circularity. I wonder perhaps if you could speak a little bit around Berry's initiatives in this area.
Yes, as Berry is a global company, we are a community of 47,000 people. We are serving thousand customers. And we use 1 billion of polymers. Therefore, we feel the responsibility in the industry and with the communities where we live. Berry is committed globally to migrate to electricity, to renewable source. And but it's not only a strategy with goals. We also have achievement. For example, we moved our Tarragona plant and other 7 plants in Spain to renewable electricity through a PPA contract of 10 years, minimize the risk, therefore, for the future, and serving our plant with renewable electricity. Actually, Tarragona plant is 100% powered by renewable electricity since this October. This is part of our global strategy, as well as part of the stretch goal that we have in EMEIA. In EMEIA, we want to have net zero Scope 1, Scope 2 by 2030, very stretch goal. It means that we have to migrate 50% of the plant by 2025 to renewable electricity and 100% by 2030, plus offsetting with the minimum project the remaining Scope 1 emission.
Excellent, some excellent examples there of tangible initiatives to tackle sustainability challenges. That's really interesting. I look forward to exploring more. I wonder if there are examples in product applications where you're looking at circularity or sustainability that we could explore.
Thank you for the question, because we did a great advance since the last index. We are promoting material from recycled plastic, mechanical, and mass balance approach. Mass balance, what does it mean? It's an attribution of CO2 credits utilizing biofeedstock on chemical recycling. We can do an example. It's like an analogy with the PPA. You build a plant of 50 gigawatt solar plant. Logically, you are not wired directly to the solar plant, but you bring on the market 50 gigawatt of renewable electricity. That's similar to mass balance. Mass balance is certifying a supply chain, and we are really investing because we believe in this solution to bring on the market mass balance material come from chemical recycling and from biofeedstock to keep down CO2 emission.
Excellent. Well done, Vincenzo, on these initiatives. They sound very interesting and very tangible progress in achieving our sustainability goals. Thanks again for joining us, and I wish you a good index.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you, Vincenzo.
Wow, very interesting to learn there about Berry Global's increasing use of renewable energy and its work towards becoming net zero by 2030. Our second guest is Julien Diaz, Product Manager at NOOSA. For those that don't know, NOOSA is a solution to shift towards a circular textile industry while being socially and environmentally responsible. Welcome, Julien Diaz of NOOSA. Thanks for joining us and presenting indeed at the Circular Nonwovens Forum. I wonder if you could begin just by introducing yourself, NOOSA, and what the details around your presentation.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Sean. So I'm Julien, as you said. I'm product manager at NOOSA. And at NOOSA, what we do essentially is we are a PLA producer, and the technology that we bring is a chemical recycling technology. So basically, we are able to fully recycle PLA products into virgin quality fiber without virtually any loss of quality whatsoever.
Okay, wow, very interesting. And so as you say, you'll be presenting on PLA fibers and the advantages of PLA fibers. Could you perhaps briefly elaborate on these advantages?
Sure. So PLA today is quite interesting on the market. Why? Because it is not oil-based. So it is biosourced, making it fully biodegradable. Obviously, it comes with some very interesting features such as very good breathability, very interesting in terms of low flammability. It requires more oxygen to burn rather than other, in comparison to other fibers, and so forth. That can be very interesting for various industries. And on top of that, it is also quite well proven, it has a track record of well proven business cases in various industries. So it's not, let's say, a new fiber that we're bringing on the market. It has a track record of proven applications. And on top of that, we're actually bringing that chemical recycling possibility to the market. So what else?
Excellent, wow, very interesting. I'm curious to learn more about chemical recycling. In your presentation, you link the textile and nonwovens industry's efforts to achieve circularity. Could you perhaps elaborate on that?
Yeah, sure. So something key to understand is that our fiber can be applied in various industries, not only the non-woven, but also the woven industry. So we took the challenge to also apply it in the textile industry as a whole. So I'm talking about apparels, I'm talking about garments whatsoever. So we essentially offer thread, so yarn and filament as well, on top of the fiber that I explained initially. Because in terms of circularity, when it comes down at the end of the day, whether you have in the recycling process, whether you have a PLA t-shirt or a face mask made out of PLA, you put them all together in the recycling process, at the end, the output would essentially be the same. Right. You would go back to the initial monomer, which would be then repolymerized. So for us, we think our technology has the possibility to bring circularity to both those worlds, and to textile and non-woven.
Wow, fascinating, really good. You touched upon aspects of it there, but perhaps we could talk about extended producer responsibility, for mattresses in Belgium. How does this work, and how did NOOSA play a role in this? What did this mean? How does it impact on you?
Yeah, so extended producer responsibility is essentially it's a framework where the responsibility of the post-consumer cycle is put on the producer, whether we're talking financially or logistically speaking. So this can take many forms, can take many various forms, and I know that it's a source of heated debate among policymakers. For sure. I talked here about the mattress industry and about how consumers are now chipping in to finance the recycling routes. I could have talked about other industries such as the food waste industry, where supermarkets are held responsible for the waste of their food. It spans across various sectors. What this actually means for us is a very good question, because for technologies such as ours, such as NOOSA, to blossom, we rely on systemic change. And the extended producer responsibility framework does just that by, incentivizing producers to think about eco-design, by developing recycling routes and making collection schemes more efficient, about sensibilizing consumers, and thereby creating a more, let's say, fertile framework or grounds for technologies, for circular technologies to blossom, like NOOSA.
Excellent, right, thank you. A very concise explanation there, very useful. Thanks again, Julien, for your time, and thanks again for presenting here. Thanks.
Thank you, Sean.
The Extended Producer Responsibility Framework is definitely a topic to keep our eyes on, and I look forward to learning more about NOOSA's work in this field. One of the key takeaways from today's interviews is that when it comes to sustainability and circularity, the nonwovens industry is truly very proactive. Clearly, many companies are taking specific actions towards more sustainability production, reducing waste, and increasing the use of recycled products. And I'm looking forward to hearing more about these initiatives in our upcoming episodes. Thanks for joining us as we shine the sustainability spotlight on the nonwovens industry. See you next time.